A breakup turns grown men into amateurs. Yep, a lot of you do the exact thing that guarantees that she'll never come back or reconsider you. If you're doing this right now, stop. You're killing your chances without even realizing it. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you the #1 worst thing men do after a breakup. Why it destroys attraction, what to do instead so you walk out of this stronger than she expects and calmer than she's ready for. Stay with me to the end. I'll give you one sentence that you can use right now to regain control of your emotions and stop the spiral. I'm sure you'll like that. Let's jump right in. The worst thing, chasing her emotionally. The most damaging mistake men make after a breakup is emotional chasing. Not texting her nonstop, not showing up at her house, not crying on the phone. Those are obvious. The real damage comes from the invisible chasing that men don't even realize they do. Now, emotional chasing is when you make your behavior, your decisions, and your emotional state revolve around her after she's already stepped away. And it shows up in ways that feel innocent but scream desperation to a listening woman. It looks like writing emotional essays, trying to fix the breakup because you think you're being vulnerable. She hears, "I'm trying to negotiate your feelings." No woman feels attraction when she feels pressure to change her emotions for you, okay? Constant apologizing, even when she hasn't asked for it. 1 apology is accountability. 5 apologies is insecurity. 10 apologies is manipulation she didn't ask for. The more you apologize, the more she sees you as the man who will abandon his dignity to keep her. Another one, asking for closure. Closure is usually just code for, please reassure me before you leave. And it repels women instantly. Checking in under fake excuses. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. Translation, I'm not okay and I hope that you'll throw me a lifeline. Women see through that. Posting sad quotes or reaction content online. You're not expressing your pain, you're signaling weakness and begging for attention. Nothing dries up a woman's attraction like emotional exhibitionism. Trying to guilt her into talking. After everything we've been through, you can't just walk away like this. I deserve a chance to explain. You don't realize it, but you're weaponizing the relationship history to force a connection she's already stepped out of. Why this hits her so hard? When a woman pulls away, she's not looking to see whether you'll fight for her. She's looking to see who you really are when things fall apart. Women instinctively respect men who stay grounded even in heartbreak. They instinctively distance themselves from men who drown in panic. Emotional chasing doesn't make her come back. It pushes her further because it confirms her biggest fear. You're not the man I thought you were. That's the real reason it's the worst mistake. Why this destroys everything. Men think chasing after a breakup shows loyalty. Women experience it as proof you were never the man you presented yourself to be. When she steps back, she's observing. She's watching how you handle emotional impact. Chasing tells her that you don't have emotional structure, and that's the fastest way to lose her permanently. Emotional chasing, guys, destroys your chances in 3 ways I'm about to highlight. A, you teach her that your value is negotiable. I'll sacrifice my standards, my boundaries, my dignity to get you back. Women don't consciously say, wow, his value is low, but we will feel energy like that instantly. Because a man who can be shaken into begging is a man whose value depends on whether or not he's chosen. And that's the kind of man who ends up in relationships where she leads and he follows. She makes decisions, he adjusts. She sets the pace, he adopts. She pulls back, he panics. High-value men have options. High-value men have a life beyond the relationship. High-value men recover instead of chasing. When you chase, you're telling her that you're not that man. B, you remove the space needed for her emotions to settle. Now, this is the part men refuse to understand. A breakup is an emotional injury, even if she initiated it. If you keep chasing, she never gets the chance to feel the consequences of the separation. Every time you text or call, you relieve the discomfort she should feel. She doesn't get to miss you. She doesn't get to reflect. She doesn't get to question her decision. She doesn't even get to feel the quiet. See, silence is where regret grows, nostalgia returns, doubt creeps in, and curiosity resurfaces. Attraction also restarts. By chasing, you're blocking it all. You're basically doing emotional CPR on a woman who needs to sit with her own thoughts. The more you try to fix it, the more she mentally checks out because she can't form her own emotional response with you constantly interrupting it. You're trying to speed up that process that only unfolds when you actually slow down. C, you make yourself look unstable. Now, this is one we'll never tell you directly, but always feel. When you panic after a breakup, you call 3 times an hour, you text paragraphs, you over-explain, you push for conversation, you cry and beg, you ask her to reconsider. And from her perspective, this doesn't look and feel like love. It looks like emotional chaos. It looks like you're spiraling. Women don't re-enter a relationship with a man who feels emotionally unstable or unsafe. Not unsafe in a physical sense, just unsafe because she can't trust your emotional leadership at this point in time. Chasing exposes how fragile you are under pressure. Women return to men who show poise under emotional fire. Chasing does the opposite. It shows instability disguised as fighting for love. What you should do instead. Men think there's a magic text, a perfect apology, or a dramatic gesture that would flip her emotions back on like a switch. There isn't. The only thing that works is a thing most of you avoid because it just simply feels counterintuitive. You stabilize yourself, not for her, but for you, because the truth is simple. A breakup doesn't destroy a man. His reaction to the breakup does. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is stop explaining. When a woman ends things, she's not asking for a PowerPoint presentation. She's communicating her emotional truth in that moment. So explaining yourself endlessly won't change that. Stop negotiating. Negotiating after a breakup turns you into a salesman trying to pitch a product she's already returned. Maybe we can just take a break. We don't have to end it completely. We can try again if you want. All of those weaken your position as a man, if you ask me. A man who negotiates his relationship status looks like a man who doesn't believe that he deserves better or can do better. Pull back. Hold your position. Show her you're not trying to bargain your way into her heart like a discounted item. Stop reacting. Don't react to her silence, her coldness, her confusing messages, the hot and cold behavior. Do not react. Non-reaction tells her you're solid even when the foundation shakes. Women feel safe with men whose emotional world isn't tossed around by storms. Stop trying to fix the breakup in the first 48 hours. Breakups are emotional waves. The first 48 hours are the tsunami. You're not thinking clearly, she's not thinking clearly. Both of you are flooded with adrenaline, fear, confusion, ego, grief, right? Trying to fix the breakup at this stage guarantees one outcome. You'll say something you regret or do something that makes you look weak. Silence is the tactic here. It's survival. Pull your energy back. You're not punishing her. You're creating space. Space for your mind to reset, for her emotions to settle, space for your attraction to breathe again. Return to your routine. This is actually where your recovery begins. Go back to the gym, work, hobbies. Go back to your life. Because here's what most men don't get. A breakup doesn't ruin your life. You ruin your life when you abandon your identity to chase someone who's already removed themselves from the equation. Routine is that anchor that stops you from drifting into emotional desperation. You need to incorporate routine. Why this strategy works? Because stabilization rebuilds 2 things chasing destroys. A, your dignity, and B, her respect for you. When you stop spiraling, she sees the version of you she was attracted to in the first place. Women don't return to chaos. We return to calm strength. And when you stabilize, basically, you're no longer the man reacting to those decisions. You're the man steering yourself. And that alone shifts that power dynamic instantly. I'll wrap up by telling you why silence is so powerful. Now, a lot of men feel like silence means she'll forget them. But silence is the only thing that forces her to feel the breakup instead of just observe it. Women process emotions differently. We feel the loss after the man pulls back and not during his chasing. Your silence isn't punishment, it's information. The message it sends is powerful. A, silence triggers her curiosity when you stop chasing. You'd break the pattern she expected. B, silence forces her to confront the loss. As long as you're reaching out, she doesn't experience that breakup. She experiences your pain. And when you go silent, she's left alone with her own decision. Silence creates an emotional vacuum, and humans fill vacuums with reflection. C, silence reveals your emotional strength. Now, women don't just look for love, we look for leadership, emotional leadership. So when you stay silent after a breakup, you're communicating, I don't need your approval to stabilize. My emotions are not dictated by your presence. I can stand on my own 2 feet. And that's rare. D, silence triggers respect. Women cannot love a man they don't respect. Your silence tells her, I value myself too much to chase someone who's walked away. And that one message can shift her entire perception of you. Respect returns before attraction does. Silence is the only environment where respect can grow after a breakup. Silence positions you as a man with options. A man with options doesn't chase or panic. Silence makes her realize you're not sitting around waiting for her. And what that does is it introduces healthy fear. What if someone else sees his value before I come back? That fear can do more to reignite attraction than any text you'll send. Silence is not absence, it's presence, just a stronger, mature form of it. So, as I promised, here's one sentence that stops the spiral whenever you feel the urge to reach out. Say this to yourself. I'm not fighting for her, I'm fighting for my stability. The moment you stabilize, you become the man she respects again, and respect is the only doorway back to attraction. Remember that. Jessica O is here. I hope this video helped. If it did, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I've got more of such videos on this channel that will do you good. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.